Welcome back to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast. And in case you're just joining us, you're listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast with Emmy Hikins and Trevor. I would say I'm on the fence on this one. Neutral. Because I don't know what to make of it. Because the technology has to be there. And the technology wasn't there. And then they were televising it on television. And I believe even the technology for television wasn't that advanced even then. So how did they get the transmission to then come on television? Because I know we use airwaves here, but I don't think it's the same laws in space. I think it's a different law, and I'm talking about the law of physics here. I think it's a different law of physics there. So, I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence on this one.
So, from what you said, do you think, in your mind, you would need evidence that they did go, rather than evidence that they didn't? In other words, your natural instinct is, well, they probably did, but if someone showed me evidence that they didn't, I would go with that. But you seem to be saying, if you're going to believe they went, you want some firm evidence of that. And if so, what sort of evidence could provide that for you?
Right, okay. So I would want, right, the more that I think about your question now, the more I'm persuaded to sway the other way. I don't know which way I am swaying. Because I'm thinking
You're swaying in the wind.
I'm thinking now, so if they did go to the moon, what sort of evidence would I need? Now, evidence can be doctored, can't they? Especially images, either moving image or static images, they can still be potentially doctored, can't they? And even more so now, it'd be much more easier to doctor any evidence now because of AI. So I would say I would need evidence that they didn't go. So the onus of proof would be on those disputing it. Because those that are trying to tell me that is real, I don't know what to require of them. So I would place the onus of proof on those that don't believe that he actually went. So I would say, well, prove it. I think I found my footing now.
I mean, I know what you mean about the lack of technology in a sense. I mean, we were asked to believe that, we're told now that the amount of computing power in the command module, the lunar module as well, was less than we have in a mobile phone nowadays, or in a smartwatch or in a calculator. And if that was the case, and that's often been said, then it was a hell of an achievement to do that. I mean, that spaceship, the Saturn V, the command module and its engines, and the lunar module, a massive vehicle lifting out of the Earth's atmosphere with 2 million parts. I mean, it's that much. So, and NASA were asked, I think, probably maybe to do with how it all was done. Does every part have to work well, satisfactorily, for this to succeed? And they said, well, no. They said that never happens, probably in any kind of contraption like that, any engine, but we get 99%. Well, 1% of, so let's say there's 1 million parts, and there's more than that in that whole construction. 1% is 10,000 parts. In other words, they accept won't work. Now, many of them, it won't affect the mission, but some of them it could. And I suppose we're asked to accept that 6 times they all work to perfection on a very complicated way of doing it without going into the technical side. But to have the little lunar module attached to the command module and it then detaches to the moon, there's to come back and find each other and all those things. An interesting thing was after the Apollo 11, the first one, and 12, the second one didn't get the same number of television viewers. I mean, incredibly, really, certainly in America and probably around the world. The first one, people were looking in shop windows and watching when it happened, apparently. The second one, it was kind of accepted, and NASA were worried they would get their funding pulled as a result of the loss of interest, and they actually had about another 8 or 9 missions planned. Well, it's said as a conspiracy theory to regenerate interest, they did Apollo 13, which of course was.
We're going to take a short break now. We're back shortly. You've been listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show with Trevor and Emmy Hikins. The Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast is looking for sponsors. If you're a company out there looking to spread the word about the products and services you provide, please get in touch with Deepstuff Radio Podcast on info@deepstuffrecords.com, or to use the contact form on our website to contact us, please visit radio.deepstuffrecords.com. Also, if you're looking to get involved on the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast, reach out via our Deepstuff Radio Facebook page. Thank you.